To multi-class or not multi-class? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to shoot arrows while also wielding a sword, or reach unspeakable magic, or to die and to cast sleep no more.
That was beautiful. Welcome to the Blue Dragon Guild, a channel all about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Baron.
And I'm Mackenzie.
In today's video, we're talking about multi-classing. One disclaimer, we're not saying multi-classing is bad in any way. Some people like it, some people don't. And this is going to be more of a discussion about what our personal views are. So let's get right into it.
So when it comes to multi-classing in 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons, there are some things I like to do. I like to read ahead and figure out like the subclasses that are going to happen, or what school I'm going to go into if I'm playing a wizard or anything like that. Just kind of plan up my level 2-3 area. But when it comes to multi-classing, there are some times where I look ahead, like I'm playing an artificer in one of our games, and there might be some things you like after that, but I'm looking, well, if I ever made it to 14, 15, I don't want any of these other things that are left.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't I multi-class into some small things? Well, I've done some fighter. I have one that's a fighter bard, and I like that, getting the kind of dip in both to get certain little aspects, certain things. And we should mention, always look in the player's handbook, there are certain requirements to do actual multi-class, and you can't just be like, well, I'm all-strength barbarian, no intelligence, no charisma, and you're like, I want to take wizard. Most of them in the book are 13 to have to reach it, whether it's have a strength, dex, intelligence, or wisdom. Some of them do require charisma. So yeah, you have to meet those certain aspects of which you may end up using your ability improvement on that to up it, so the next level you can multi-class.
One thing I do want to add, multi-classing is an optional rule.
Yes.
Your DM can choose to not allow multi-classing.
Right.
For me, when it comes to multi-classing, I take a look at who my character is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm planning to multi-class, usually I've already decided that long before I even made the character.
Right.
But if I've been playing a character for a while, like my Warlock, for instance, a lot of people take only a few levels of Warlock because it's really powerful right at the beginning. I'm not doing that. I'm playing him 1 to 20, straight Warlock.
Straight Warlock.
Which, like I said, most people don't do. But had I planned ahead of time to multi-class, I probably would have gone into Bard.
Right.
Maybe not Sorcerer, because I'm not a big Sorcerer fan.
Right.
But there's a lot of advantages that multi-classing can give you as a player. Like you said, you take a dip in this, take a dip in that, and it's really like a min-maxing kind of thing, which if that's your playstyle, great. If it's not, great.
It's like you said, in multi-classing, I mean, you can sit there and map it all out. You can be like, okay, 3 in this, 4 in that, 2 in that, 1, 6. And then, that goes back to another video we have that's like, maxing everything out. If that's your style, it's cool and all, but, I mean, if you got one guy that's max and the rest of the party that's playing in the middle to, middle high, I think that I would lose interest, because I'm like, why do I need to be here? What do I need to do? Well, I just stand around, and it's almost like I always feel like the people that get ready to do that, it's like, if you die level 8, like, it wasn't that worth it. They just say, you can't build it. You got to build it right now on the spot, because, I'll go through and I'll be like, that'll work. I've multi-classed and went, well, that did not work.
Yeah.
But I'm rolling with it. I'll make it happen.
Yeah. Surprisingly, one of the best multi-classes you did was Bard into Fighter.
Yeah.
It's worked really
worked
well.
Good with the maneuvers and they have a little casting every now and again. Yeah. I've liked that one. In the one where we have the Artificer, I looked really hard to do Wizard. And me not understanding, might be simple. You might know a simpler way to explain it to me. If you do, put it in the comments. When it comes to spells, and it's like, this is a half caster, this one's a full caster, you get this spells, but these ones good. I was like, I'm out. I'm done. Not doing it.
Yeah,
it was too much.
Yeah.
Too much. If I multi-class, it's going to be fighter based with one magic. That's it. Or 2 fighter based. It will never be 2 magic based. I didn't follow it.
Yeah.
I was just out.
Yeah. For me, like I said, I'm not big on multi-classing. There's a couple of character ideas that I have that I think would be really, really fun to do that require a multi-class, but the chances of my actually playing that in a game are pretty low.
Right.
Just because I'm coming up with all different kinds of character concepts, character ideas all the time, and there's no way you can play all of them. It would take the rest of your life, and by that time you've thought of 1,000 more.
Right.
So
some new books came out, and you go, and I had that.
Yeah.
I mean, it even changes by playing different races to me. It's like you're not even changing classes. It's just, I'm going to play this race with this class. I'm not going to multi-class in that because it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So, you even fall into that.
So, when you do multi-class, whatever the second class you pick, you don't get everything. There's certain proficiencies, certain skills you get, certain things you don't get. I think a lot of it is the first class that you go into, that's the one you have the armor proficiencies and everything in. Like I said, I don't mess with it too much. Mackenzie's done more, and all his have been fighter based, so his has been real simple.
Real simple ones. I'll never go to the spell one unless I'm just, like I said, not understanding it. I just wish it was like, you go and look, you have this many spells in Artificer. You have this many in Wizard. Just keep track of where they are. Don't mix how many you can cast. Yeah. Just be like, I got 10 Wizard spells, I can cast 4. Got 4 Artificer spells, I can cast 3. That's it. You guys are here, but I don't mix things around, which I kind of get in game. You know, like, well, if it was a spellcaster, if he could use 10 spells a day, why couldn't it be any of them? But that, you know, it could get crazy.
So, if multi-classing is something that you enjoy doing or you don't enjoy doing, let us know down in the comments below. If you've come up with some really wild character ideas, tell us about it. We'd love to hear some of the wild stories that you have. So if you want to see more D&D content from us, hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell so you always get our notifications when we upload a new video. And we upload a new video every week. So, until next time, keep the dice rolling.